Hey guys, here I am again. Just like I said, about 2 weeks after the last one, here comes Story Time with Sean, episode number 3. Hope you liked the previous ones, and I hope that you'll like this one, and then, tell all your friends about it because it's totally cool. So, without further ado, we'll get to the story, which is called Danger Science. Life in the universe is made much easier and cooler by some of just the most impressive inventions. Things like flying cars, robotics, instantaneous communication, personal spaceships, faster than light travel, and digital watches. These inventions wouldn't be possible without the advancement of science. And what does that require? That's right, scientists. So, considering how important and helpful science is, scientists have kind of become like rock stars. They travel around in the coolest spaceships, date supermodels, and show up on celebrity gossip shows. They also do cool science things, like curing diseases, unlocking the mysteries of the universe, and save people and planets from total disasters. One particular group of scientists were racing against the clock to cure horrible butt cancer. Sure, many people had suffered terrible butt death from this cancer, but this time, Lady Bunsworth, the woman with the most beautifully bodacious booty in all the known universe, had butt cancer. Sure, she was going to survive the cancer, but for sure, her glorious booty would not. And no amount of surgery or anything else could restore it to that massive bootyliciousness. So, scientists working on Medical Research Planet were doing everything in their power to cure butt cancer and cure it now. They had clocks on the walls ticking down, and sure, it drastically increased the pressure, but it made things all the more dramatic. And the stakes were really high, too. Scientists were using pipettes, looking in liquids and test tubes, looking under microscopes, opening boxes that poured out smoke so that you guys would know that what's inside of those boxes was really cold, and they were carrying around petri dishes with stuff in them. The clocks were ticking down, and scientists were sweating and cursing, and the whole universe was watching and hoping. With only moments to spare, one scientist triumphantly stood up and shouted, "Eureka!" The teams had done it. They had cured horrible butt cancer, and they sent off that cure just in time to save the most glorious ass in all of existence. Medical researchers and lovers of booty alike won a great victory on that day. And when great victories are won, great parties are sure to follow. The scientists made sure that all the data was saved, like responsible scientists do, then threw a few clipboards and beakers about while swinging their lab coats above their heads and hooping and hollering. They called the party patrol, who came and dropped off like 800 gallons of alcoholic stuff and appropriate mixers, snacks, and hundreds of pounds of pizza. People were about to get totally crazy. As the night pressed on, the party went wild. People started making poor life choices, orgies occurred, secrets were revealed, and at least 10 people played Wonderwall on acoustic guitars they had just lying about. Most of these things were really, really embarrassing for all the scientists involved, but luckily for them, after saving Lady Bunsworth's sweet buns, the universe was no longer paying attention. But with no one watching them and everyone basically blackout drunk, nobody is quite sure what happened as the party progressed deep into the night. The next morning, the partying scientists woke with terrible headaches and many regrets. After eating a nice hearty breakfast and awkwardly asking each other what happened the previous night, people quickly noticed that there was much more pressing matter than awkward interpersonal relations. During the course of the night, the party had somehow managed to dislodge Medical Research Planet from its position orbiting its star. In fact, the planet was heading directly into that star. Considering the scientists present on the planet were all hungover and specifically medical scientists, they decided they needed to call somebody else to help. They used their special scientist communication devices and put out a general distress call. Soon enough, someone showed up in the coolest spaceship the universe had ever seen. I mean, it was so cool. Just like, cut loose, get wild. Imagine what you think is the coolest damn spaceship, and then multiply its cool level by like 100,000. That's the spaceship that parked down on the planet. And out stepped one of the most well-known scientists of all time, Danger. Danger was his first name, and middle name. And he had kind of a boring last name, but no one really cared about that because Danger was really cool for a name. And as his name would suggest, Danger was the coolest of all the scientists. Mostly because he was a total bad boy. He was like the James Dean of scientists, except he got laid a lot more. Oh, and he also discovered how to make wormholes. "Hey, I heard you guys had one hell of a rager last night," Danger said, like a total cool guy. One scientist approached him and explained the, general situation to him. She said this pretty shakily, though, considering how nervous she felt in his cool aura. "Baby, we can fix this. No problem," Danger said, and then he took a swig from a really old and cool-looking flask. "Let's get to the drawing board." Danger went about coming up with plans to get the planet back into orbit. Most of his plans, unsurprisingly, had to do with making a wormhole, or sometimes 2 or 3 wormholes if he really wanted to show off. But the planet was lacking the proper resources, so he needed to come up with something else. Quickly, Danger devised a plan that involved a conveniently placed volcano to shoot the planet back to where it belongs. He set up a cool steering wheel console and stick-shift engine to control the volcano, and put the planet into first gear. This was a very delicate and precise operation, but since Danger was a total cool guy, he Tokyo drifted the planet all across the solar system till he got it real close to where it belonged. He did like 6 space donuts and parked it into a nice, comfortable orbit. He stood up and clapped his hands in a "job well done" gesture, and then ripped off his pants and shirt to reveal a swimsuit. He had managed to park the planet just a bit closer to the star, making it all the more tropical. "We did it, everyone. You guys cured butt cancer, and I saved the planet. Now let's have a crazy beach party," Danger yelled to the planet. In an astounding act of ignorance of the very recent past, the scientists began to let loose and start another rager. Hell, they deserved it. They also had a general problem with over-partying, and Danger was a really hard person to say no to, especially when he brought up the party. Something was bound to go wrong, but that was just something for tomorrow Danger to deal with. The end. Thanks, guys. That was Storytime with Sean, episode number 3, with Danger Science. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. It would really help me out if you guys said, gave it like a thumbs up, left a comment, shared it with some friends or whatever. Let other people listen to it. I'm always, looking for comments and feedback, or if you guys are like, I'd like to see a story about this, maybe give me some prompts and I can see what I can write. Because right now I'm just making all this stuff up and figuring out what I want the stories to be as they go. We'll see how that changes in the future. If you're looking forward to more stories and more other videos that I do, subscribe to the channel and stuff. But if you made it this far, thank you very much for listening. And that's really all I got. In 2 weeks, there'll be another story. Don't think anything's going to change. And otherwise, regular gaming videos and some random other videos will pop up as time progresses. So thanks for listening one last time. And I hope you enjoyed it and see you, have you guys listen to the next thing. Bye.